There it is. The beautiful sounds of the gravy train pulling into the station. That means we get to talk a little baseball with our guy, Commissioner Danny Graves. Commissioner, I know you're in Texas. I'm here in Chicago. I don't know if you heard a huge yelping roar sometime this afternoon, but that was my reaction to finding out Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez, a couple of the baby bombers, are going to be competing in this year's Home Run Derby. Now, I was pumped about it, but should the Yankees organization themselves have a little concern about the baby bombers screwing up their swings down at the Derby?
First of all, I did hear something, and I just thought it was the early fireworks here for the 4th of July down in
No,
Texas.
that was me.
I guess it was you, so that explains a lot. So should they be worried? This is such a touchy subject for some organizations. I don't necessarily think they should be worried. I think they should just kind of express their opinions and say, hey, just be careful. Go out and have fun, but be careful. Because if you watch a lot of guys taking batting practice throughout the whole season, 162 games a year. So I would imagine 140 times they're taking batting practice, give or take a few here and there. There's one round that most guys just have their home run derby and go nuts and try to hit it as far as they can. I don't know if Aaron Sanchez or Gary Sanchez and Aaron Judge do that or not. But to me, the bottom line is this is something exciting for them. This is the first time they've ever been invited to do this. So absolutely do it. Just be careful doing it if I'm a Yankees front office. But since I'm not, I'm a fan, and I think it's awesome. I love the fact that Aaron Judge, first of all, is doing it, and Gary Sanchez, too. They both are huge home run hitters. But to me, it's like, I don't know, at the end of the day, you can't not let somebody do this home run derby if they actually want to do it.
No, I totally agree. And I think it's great for baseball. I think it's great.
Yes.
Not that any New York Yankee needs more exposure, but as these guys continue to grow into the superstars they look like they're going to be, this is part of the process, figuring it out. Now, let me ask you, in your many years around the big leagues, did you ever actually hear anyone say or overhear a teammate say, man, that derby really screwed up my swing? Or did you ever hear a story from someone saying, I feel like the derby screwed up my swing? Because we hear it all the time, but you've actually been around a lot of clubhouses. Did you ever hear it?
Dylan, I never heard it. I've never heard anybody say that. You kind of have your ideas. Bobby Abreu is a big name that comes up,
Right.
that he lost his swing the year that he hit like 70 home runs or whatever. Jock Peterson's a guy as of recent that people say he lost his swing because of the home run derby. But I guess that's the chance you take. It's an honor to be asked to do this, and I think to pass it up because you're worried about you're going to lose your swing, then you're not that good of a hitter anyway.
Exactly.
So if you can't figure it out throughout a course of the whole second half, what you did to mess up your swing, then you should maybe go down to AAA or not play baseball anymore. I just think guys that go in slumps, it's not necessarily because of a home run derby. You go in a little slump, okay, then you work your way out of it. So
you get in the slump because it's baseball, and people tend to hit, 270, and that's the way it goes. So a lot of times you're failing, and I think there's a built-in excuse for, oh, well, the derby screwed up my swing. I find it so funny, too. You play baseball your entire life, and then over the course of a couple minutes during All-Star Weekend with the world watching, you uppercut it a little bit to get the launch angle right, and now all of a sudden you're screwed up forever. I find that hard to believe, and that's why I just wanted to find out from you. Did you ever hear anyone say it? Because
that's an easy way out for the teams to say that. But just real quick, I'll mention this. Ken Griffey Jr.'s best years were prior to him coming to Cincinnati. I think that's clear. Everybody would say that.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the years that he was in the home run derbies, right? Every single year, Ken Griffey Jr. was in the home run derby, and that's who everybody wanted to see, and he was in it. After that, when he got traded to Cincinnati, he wasn't in the All-Star game as often, and he wasn't in a home run derby, obviously, and he just wasn't the same. And I'm not saying it's because of the derby. He obviously injuries, but his first 10 years in the big leagues was home run derby filled, and he had no problem.
Absolutely. Well, that's why we ask you to get a little perspective, Commish. Now, it's all for the excitement about the derby. Now that Judge is in, he's bringing his teammate Gary Sanchez to go along with Stanton, Bellinger, and the other guys that are in it. Should be absolutely great. If you want to find out who our own Commissioner Danny Graves thinks is going to win the whole thing, just search Home Run Derby on your 120 Sports app. We got you covered.